Sir, Kerala is number one in education and health. Why you are insulting Kerala? Incorrect.
Kerala movie is propaganda. Kerala story is bull propaganda. ऐसा कौन बीफ खिलाता है? ऐसा कोई खिचड़ी भी नहीं खिलाता जितना जैसा वो बीफ खिलाता है.
We are eating beef. We do cook beef. We love eating beef.
मेरा विषय कोई फिल्म नहीं है. मेरा विषय है कि जो सत्य है उसको सही स्वरूप में देश के सामने लाना, देश की भलाई के लिए होता है. जिनको लगता है कि ये फिल्म ठीक नहीं हुआ, अपनी दूसरी फिल्म बनाए, कौन मना करता है?
Hello everyone. You know what fascinates me about India? Not cricket, not politics, not even petrol prices. It's memory reflex. I say Sholay and instantly you hear Basante, in kutto ke samne mat naachna. I say DDLJ, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. And suddenly mustard fields bloom in your mind and Shah Rukh Khan spreads his arms like he owns agriculture. That movie immediately takes you to the world of romance and you wonder, why are you not Raj or Simran? And then God whispers, ऐसे बड़े बड़े शहरों में छोटी छोटी बातें होती रहती है Sanorita. I say Spider-Man. And half of you did that. Yes, I saw it. That hand gesture. Don't lie. Even my camera person did this. But if I say the Kerala story, you won't react. You will pause. You will look left, then right. You check who is in the room. You measure the political climate and then you answer like a diplomat at a nuclear summit. Well, it's a film with perspectives. Because deep down, you know, that film is not just a film, it's a homework. And now, you have the second blockbuster in waiting, the Kerala Story 2. The trailer of the Kerala Story 2 drops. 3 women, 3 men, all villains happen to be Muslims, all victims happen to be Hindus. Coincidence? If coincidence were a person, it would file a defamation case by now. In the trailer, the men first fall in love with the women, or rather I should say, they act so good that they compel the women to fall in love with them. Then they marry them. And then suddenly, plot twist. They are the villains. Toxic, abusive, criminals. No, just not criminals. They're ideologically villainous. Because in Indian cinema's logic, if a character eats beef on screen, background music automatically changes to dum, dum, dum. One woman is shown being forced to eat beef. That scene caused outrage, riled everyone up. Not because she was forced, but because food became the villain. The trailer has got the nation talking. I wish the entire nation had also spoken out equally against the everyday struggles and against the divisive politics. But nonetheless, you know what? I love the people of Kerala. They have taken it on themselves, not to troll the film, but to give a reality check in a way that suits India the best. You use your wisdom to negate propaganda. Kerala people started posting videos online eating beef proudly. Hindus, Christians, Muslims, everyone. It became less of a controversy and more of a statewide food festival. The reels are flooding the internet. If they can be weaved together, then they will be a film on their own.
We both are from Kerala. We born in 2 different Hindu families. We are making this video to dedicate our meal for an entire team of
Kerala Story 2.
Yeah, Kerala Story 2.
We are eating beef today.
Yeah, we are eating beef. We do cook beef. We love eating beef. And in Kerala, people won't force anyone to eat beef. More than that, people of Kerala are literate and they have civic sense. They know how to behave. So, this entire food is dedicated to Kerala Story and its director.
And this beef is too yummy. Yummy.
Yummy.
The internet basically said, you tried to scare us, we brought chutney. Well, now here's where things get interesting. The first film, The Kerala Story, claimed 32,000 women from Kerala were converted and recruited by ISIS. 32,000. That's not a statistic. That's a stadium. Problematic, right? But the fact is, no government data supports it. Not the NIA, not Kerala Police, not the Home Ministry, not even Parliament. So are there actual documented cases? Yes, a few individuals. Mostly small clusters, mostly traveling with husbands. Serious, of course, we cannot take them lightly, but mostly investigated and documented already. So real cases existed? Yes. Mass conspiracy? No evidence. The film later quietly changed its description from 32,000 to thousands and finally to 3. That's not revision. That's like box office editing. Imagine your exam result doing that to you. Beta, you scored 98. Really? Sorry, typo. 58. What? Correction. 3. Let's break down the propaganda formula. Here's where my conspiracy brain wakes up. Not conspiracy theory, conspiracy pattern. Have you noticed a genre emerging? Not horror, not comedy, not romance. Election cinema. Movies that release near elections with themes of threat, identity, history, fear, victimhood, revenge, and everything else. Suddenly, political leaders promote them, not subtly, openly. Tax-free announcements, bulk bookings, public endorsements. I can't forget that image. BJP MLAs boarded buses and went to a theatre, not to frame policies, but to watch Kashmir Files. And then there were cameras following them inside the theatre while the movie was on. Bro, even my relatives don't promote my work this much. You post something online, they ignore. Chal, beta, baad mein dekh lenge. My Prime Minister promoted Kashmir Files. My Prime Minister promoted other movies. But my Prime Minister never promoted News the Truth NTT. We are such a small platform, nanna munna bachcha. We need some pushing, bro.
इन दिनों आपने देखा होगा कश्मीर फाइल फिल्म की चर्चा चल रही है और जो लोग हमेशा फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन के झंडे लेकर के घूमते हैं वो पूरी जमात बौखला गई है पिछले 5-6 दिन से। मेरा विषय है कि जो सत्य है उसको सही स्वरूप में देश के सामने लाना देश के भलाई के लिए होता है। जिनको लगता है कि ये फिल्म ठीक नहीं हुआ अपनी दूसरी फिल्म बनाए, कौन मना करता है?
But these films, they get more promotion than government schemes. Let's check the playlist. The Kashmir Files. Massive success. Emotional, painful history, true suffering of Kashmiri Pandits. Absolutely real. The movie reopened old wounds and also reignited hope in people that history will be corrected. What happened? What happened to Kashmiri Pandits was outrightly wrong. No one should be subjected to that kind of pain or being uprooted from their own land, to be parted off from their own history. No one should suffer the way they have, lose memory, loved ones, your legacy. But let's ask this question. How did this film help? Did this film help in rehabilitation? Did the displaced Kashmiri Pandit families return to Kashmir safely after the film? Did policy change or did box office change? Because pain became content and content became currency. Kashmir Files earned over 300 crores. And Vivek Agnihotri, that same man accused of violating a woman actor, became a national hero. Then came the vaccine files. Oh, war, right? Okay. War or files? War, okay. I mean, I'm sorry, but File Man makes so many file-based movies that you go unsure if it's a war or war on films or actually a file. The film came celebrating pandemic success, the vaccine war. India created vaccines. And before that, also Bajao Thali. And we conquered the pandemic. Yay, fantastic. Then came Article 370 type narratives. The historical war epics. Then civilization endangered dramas like Chava. Notice something? The hero is almost always from one identity. The villain is almost always from another. It's like someone opened a script writing book titled How to Build Suspense Using Religion. What's the formula? Let me simplify the formula for filmmakers. Step 1, pick a real issue. Step 2, add exaggeration. Step 3, add background chants. Step 4, add slow motion flag shots. Step 5, release before election. Congratulations, you have made a political thriller disguised as a cinema. Let's get back to Kerala story 2. Why Kerala? Here's the irony. Kerala, the state in the title, isn't even strongly aligned with the ideology these films push. Electorally, it has historically resisted that politics. BJP has no ground there so far. So what do you do if reality does not match the narrative? You change narrative, you create narrative. You don't shoot in Kerala, you shoot at Kerala.
Sir, Kerala is number one in education and health. Why you are insulting Kerala? Incorrect.
Let me ask you a straight and simple question. On the floor of assembly, the then CM had put a report.
But you produce the ladies from North India, Rajasthan, Bihar,
If you
Maharashtra.
are going to be blind towards a problem in your state, which is a wonderful state, you are destroying the state. You are responsible, not us. We are
But you
bringing
produce
problem
the
to you.
ladies from
Find a
Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Bihar. Then where is the Malayali ladies?
Here's the most bizarre thing you will see on the internet now. The makers of the film even did an event showcasing domestic violence victims. They brought women on one stage. All have suffered. All have sympathies for them. They had their faces covered, except the cases were not from Kerala. Which is like launching a film called The Mars Story and bringing witnesses from Kanpur. At that point, even Mars would say, bro, leave me out of this. The makers fumbled, blabbered, yet could not convince as why they have the name Kerala in the title. They have named a film on a state when they are talking about women from all other states but from Kerala.
सर आपने केरला का दिया है नाम तो केरला का बताइए क्या
विक्टिम है यूपी के महाराष्ट्र के एंड अदर स्टेट के नॉन पर्सन है केरल
केरला स्टोरी 1 के वक्त ले आए थे। उसका वीडियो आज भी YouTube पे अवेलेबल है। आज हम उनको ले आते हैं तो आप कहते हैं आप उन्हीं लोगों को वापस ले आ रहे हो, तो आप दोनों तरफ बात करेंगे, ये सही
नहीं वो स्टोरी तो अलग है सर।
By the way, I forgot to talk about the Bengal Files. That too was targeting Bengal elections, like the Kerala story 2 is all set to hit the screen before Kerala election. So there came the film The Bengal Files, or as Bengal called it, Files Not Found. It released with dramatic music, revolutionary hashtags, thunder in the background. Again, BJP promoted it, and then silence. Not protest, not riots, not even houseful boards, just buffering. They said Bengal blocked it.
आपकी आंखों के सामने all the cameras have captured that they have stopped a censor CBFC approved film's trailer here in a private place in ITC when we have got all the permissions and we were showing it.
क्या बताना चाहोगे विवेक जी?
This is ये से कहते हैं अराजकता. This is a dictatorship. This is fascism.
Vivek ji, bro, Bengal did not block it. It's a fact. It was not found at a theatre near us. But then there are Bengalis outside Bengal too who did not show up. That's worse. Nothing hurts propaganda more than indifference. The film finally landed on OTT like a freedom fighter entering exile. And even then, the algorithm looked confused. It said like, because you watch this, we now recommend you a cooking video.
ये टोलाबाजी मेरे साथ नहीं चलेगी। मेरा नाम विवेक रंजन अग्निहोत्री, मैं हारने वाला हूं। क्या छुपाना चाहता है? I cannot be silenced.
And then Vivek Agnihotri went on interviews looking emotionally shattered. Sir, you made a career out of cinematic trauma. But the moment the audience did not cry on cue, on your cue, you did. He suddenly discovered the pain of being ignored. Honestly, if awards were given for dramatic press conferences, the performance was Oscar worthy. He missed Oscar, by the way, for the Kashmir Files, accidentally. Like the movie Accidental Prime Minister, which became a movie accidentally. Kashmir Files was the film. But during Bengal Files, the real acting happened outside the theatre. And Bengal's audience responded like, Dada, we have seen enough drama in politics. Ebar ami cha khabo, tumi amar matha kheo na. Fear is the cheapest special effect. No CGI or VFX needed. Just say, you are in danger, ab khatre mein ho, Jai Shri Ram. People won't ask you from whom. They will ask, how much danger, kitna khatra hai? Because fear is addictive. It gives purpose. It gives identity. It gives you an enemy. And if politics and cinema both sell fear, that's not coincidence. That's collaboration without contract. Every such film has a common script. Make the Muslim a villain, demonize an entire community. They do so to make you hate Muslims more and more. And that hate becomes the weapon to get votes. Let's ask, who did this?
Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram! Jesus Christ is not ours. Jesus Christ is not ours. हमारा कौन है? राम भगवान. Am I right? It should be.
अरे इधर ये हिंदू राष्ट्र है, इधर क्रिश्चियन का चलेगा नहीं.
Would you say Hindu खतरे में है? Attack on Christmas celebrations. And would you say Hindu खतरे में है? Who wronged Bilkis Banu? These 11 men are convicted rapists and they are not Muslims. Who is Ram Rahim? Convicted rapist. Who is Asaram Bapu? Convicted rapist. Both self-styled godmen. Did we say spirituality is dangerous? No, right? Because sane people separate faith from fraud. Arjikor case, recent, raw, painful. Convicted criminal, a Muslim? No. His name is Sanjay Roy. Mehul Choksi, Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi, billions looted. Muslim? No. Did we say Hindu businessmen are economic terrorists? No. Why should we? Because logic still exists. Here's the real trick. When a Muslim commits a crime, his religion becomes the headline. When anyone else commits crime, religion becomes invisible. Camera zoom decides narrative. If camera zooms on face, criminal. If camera zooms on skull cap, an entire community has to be put on trial. That's not journalism. That's not art. That's not cinema. That's not freedom of speech. That's choreography. So what's the real script? I'm not saying that films should not show uncomfortable truths. They should, they must. Cinema must show injustice, crime, extremism, reality in every form and manner. But here's the difference. Truth informs. Propaganda performs. Truth asks questions. Propaganda gives answers before you ask. Truth is complex. Propaganda is convenient. You think these films are scripts? No. We are the script. Our reactions, our WhatsApp forwards, our outrage comments, our boycotts, our hashtags. We are the unpaid actors in someone else's screenplay. And the box office collection votes. Propaganda does not shout. It repeats. Repeats something long enough and people stop asking if that's true. They only ask, how true is it? And once fear is planted in our hearts and minds, hate grows automatically. Hatred is politically useful because angry people don't question leaders, they question neighbors. Think about it. In a country where roughly 80% people belong to one community, one religion, that's Hindu, and less than 15% belong to another, that's Muslim, who should logically feel threatened? The majority or the minority? Yet, the narrative says, Hindu khatre mein hai. That's like an elephant saying, I'm scared of the ant invasion. Bro, sit down. Because while we argue over identity, we stop asking about jobs, inflation, education, healthcare, infrastructure. Division is the cheapest smoke screen. Realize this. When citizens fight each other, nobody questions the magician, non-biological. Remember when I said Sholay, you smiled because you felt friendship. Remember when I said DDLJ, you felt romance. Remember when I said Spider-Man, you played with imaginary webs, felt heroism. Cinema once triggered joy. Now, sometimes it triggers suspicion. Earlier, we left theaters humming songs. Ting, 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 ting. Now, we leave theaters debating religions. That's not evolution of cinema. That's mutation. And the funniest part, after all the noise, after all the outrage, after all the debates, after all the box office crores, life goes back to normal. People still work together, eat food together, fall in love across communities, borrow salt from neighbors of different faiths. Reality refuses to follow the script. Maybe that's why they keep making these kind of films. Because real India is a very boring story for propagandists. No riots, no conspiracies, no villains, just people trying to pay EMIs. So next time, our film tells you, be afraid, don't panic. Just ask one question. Interval tak ya election tak? आज तक या कब तक? पूछता है भारत. जय हिंद. सत्यमेव जयते.